It's raining tacos from out of the sky. Tacos, no need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos.
It's raining tacos out in the street. Tacos, all you can eat. Lettuce and shells, cheese and meat. It's raining tacos. Yum, 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 yummity yum. It's like a dream. Yum, 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 yummity yum. Bring your sour cream.
Shell, meat, lettuce, cheese, shell, meat, lettuce, cheese, shell, meat, cheese.
It's raining tacos. Raining tacos. Raining tacos. It's raining tacos.
It's raining tacos. Raining tacos. Raining tacos.
Lettuce, cheese, shell,
It's raining tacos. Tacos.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. What am I doing? Why are my lights not lighting? Why is something always broken? What is up with this? Hold on, let's see if I can do this. Off. On. I don't understand. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. It's Taco Tuesday. We're going to be doing some taco stuff. Clearly, I should be teaching classes on how to do content creation because, you know, I can I know how to turn on my lights. There, I did it. Hooray! Actually, I think I know what happened. Hey, Lil Mo, good to see you. I think I know what happened. Yeah. I think my router rebooted because I rebooted it, and then all the IPs for my lights changed. And I was warned, I don't know, 2 years ago, if you do that, make sure you get them on a static IP, because that way when they launch, they load up, they'll be fine and they won't leave. And I didn't, because I don't know why, and I didn't, and now I'm paying for it, and I'm gonna have to refind all of my lights and then redo some stuff. But that's okay. That's always fun. Lights are easy. At the very least, they're easy to do. It's not like yesterday's problem where Minecraft won't show up on stream when it's full screen. What? You know? Yeah, well, that's exactly it, right? I'm thinking that there's a way that I can just lock them in. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. What's with the HP? Oh, that's my HP gauge. I haven't updated it in a little bit. I should actually update it for today. So today we are there. So on this channel, one thing we talk about a lot is mental health stuff and sort of life stuff and whatnot. And you know, because I go through a lot day to day, week to week, moment to moment, it's, you know, people were like, how is it today? You know, like, because like you could be great or you could be, you know, falling apart. And so I thought it'd be fun to kind of have a gauge that kind of says, and this is how I'm doing. Here you go. And today I'm 4.5 out of 5 stars, which is pretty, I mean, that's pretty good. Yesterday was really interesting and exciting. I had a really good experience kind of recording that biography kind of story. And I'm a little nervous that I screwed it all up, but you know what? It's in the can now. So what are you going to do? It's gone. And they're going to come back at some point and do B-roll. But so that was exciting. I finally have somewhere to stay, you know, finally have somewhere to stay in the, in Toronto when I go down, and they're going to put me up in a house so I don't have to pay a bunch of hotel fees. And so that's good. Things are good. Things are all good. So 4.5 stars isn't too bad. Run away with your Jesus talk. One of these days, we'll see. Come on, XtianNinja, just swim around the castle and find some heart pieces. Yeah, if it was only so easy, right? If it was only so easy. You only see 4? Well, there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, because here, see, here's what you don't know. If it was 4, watch it. Ready? Watch. It would be like that. See, it's black. So each of those hearts can represent 1.5 hearts, or a half a heart as well. So that's why. So there. Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about it's Taco Tuesday. So I'm the executive director of the Alliance for Creative Outreach, which is a group of Christian content creators who support each other, love each other, take care of each other, help each other. I have a training material. I got a book for people. You know, we want to support content creators. And today we're going to be a little bit more streamer focused and maybe, well, I guess YouTube, video, whatever, reaction content focused. And that is, we're going to talk about where to get free games. And I've got 5 places that you can go looking. I'm a big fan of indie games and weird stuff. So it's yeah. Come on in. If you want to meet some cool content creators and hang out with some communities, that's the place to be. It's hot, it's hip, it's happening. Good to see you, Jones. But before we do that, I always give the opportunity to open it up to questions. Do you guys have anything you want to talk about? Anything that's coming to mind? Content creator or life or otherwise. And if not, we can go zipping into the talk today. It should be fairly straightforward. I don't think it's going to be anything particularly complex. I just figured I'd run you through because I kind of got away from it, right? You know, maybe I won't do that just yet. We'll see how our things are going. I watch like half the creators. Yeah, I mean, once you find a Christian content creator group, you You discover how deep the rabbit hole goes, so to speak. And there's a bunch, usually you just bump into one or two, and then they have friends who 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 have friends, and suddenly you realize there's like 80 different streamers doing all kinds of stuff. It's not all just gamers, right? It's gamers, and it's people who are baking, and you got people who do VTuber stuff, like just all over the board. Just really exciting. Musicians, singers, got some people who make content or program. There's a lot of Christian content creators out there doing all kinds of stuff. It's very, very cool. I am a variety streamer, and so therefore, because I'm a variety streamer, I'm kind of all over the map. I'm all over the map when it comes to what I do. How does one build up a stream to have consistent viewers? It's not what you think. I'll tell you the secret. The secret is to be in community with other content creators. Okay, the more you serve others, the more that you connect to other content creators, the more exposure you will have, and the more useful your content will be. Right. So if you focus on on growth. Right? If you focus on growth, you're gonna see fellow content creators as people to compete against. You're gonna see other, the platform is something that's against you. You're gonna see the algorithm as something that's against you. But if what you focus on is how can I use my platform, how can I use Discord, how can I use my time in order to serve the community that I'm trying to gather, the people that I'm trying to communicate to, and serve other content creators, so that we can love each other, help each other, encourage one another, and spur one another on, then you will find that leads to viewers. If you think it's going to be, just being on all the time, that's not it. If you think it's you find the magic game or the magic content, that's not it. The true consistency, where the passion will come from, and where the consistency will come from, where the energy will come from, is your ability to serve others. Right? Run to the nicest people online. Everyone I might watch else has demands. I think that, and that's the thing. If you're a Christian content, and the Conroy hit it on the head. If you're a Christian content creator, then your framework for how you serve, or how you stream, how you YouTube, how you TikTok, how you take pictures, how you draw, how you podcast, is different. And from one side, like on the secular side, is how can I gather people and get from them, right? I want to gather people and then get like sponsors, and I want to get money, and I want to get attention, and I want to get ideas. Whereas a Christian content creator goes, how can I serve the most amount of people? What does God put in my heart? What does God put in my skill set? What am I passionate about? And how can I help those people? And as I look to help those people, as you're faithful with that, God adds more. Right? Here, go do this, go do this. And sometimes it's a matter of clarity, right? Sometimes it's not even that you are going to be going out and stream, God, how can I grow my stream? And the God's answer is, well, I don't want you to grow your stream. I want you to do the part that you like and that you're good at. I want you to work with another content creator, right? They're really good at the talking part. You're really good at the editing part, or you're really good at the planning part, or you're really good at, whatever else. And if you partner with other people, then they will be able to be better. You'll be able to contribute more. You'll both be happier for it. And so you can serve each other. Some plant, some water, but it's God that gives growth. Yeah, exactly right. You just want to spread the good news about Jesus, and that's admirable. I would say that's not specific enough. I think you need to narrow it down as to like what message, what good news, and to who. Because the good news obviously is Jesus has saved us from sin, but that's pretty broad. That's pretty broad. Narrow it down to who you want to tell that to. Would be a good step. Something I heard last night: check your heart on why you want your stream to be successful. Yeah, and it's a really good point, Sunshine. And usually, if you become resentful of your fellow content creators, if you're constantly anxious about what you're going to do and whether you're going to grow and all the rest of that. And it probably means your heart's not in the right place. I know for me that it's a struggle. It's a struggle. It's because when I look at my viewer count, or when I look at where I'm at, and I'll show you today as we go through this other the where to find free games. It's a reminder that these numbers never go away, and they're all ever present. And so if you are a numbers minded person, and that's sort of where your goal is, and you track your value by the number, then you're going to go crazy, because it'll never be high enough. If you like, well, once I get to 100 viewers, once you're at 100 viewers for a while, if it dips to like 99 and stays there, you're going to be like, what am I doing wrong? And then you're going to be panicking and looking at people who have 250 and being like, what are they doing right? Why am I so terrible? And it'll never end. If your motivation is to go, I want to serve more people, and as long as I get to bring grace, love, hope, help, humor, life, light, excellence, teaching, whatever, to people, then I'm happy. And if that ends up being 3 people, and I get feedback that says, man, that you really changed my life, you really helped me, you really opened my eyes, you really gave me a good day today, you really, gave me a new perspective, you glow, even if it's just 1 or 2 people. Whereas if you do that, and that's your passion, they're going to go tell people. They're going to be like, this person has a clue, and they're really focused on helping people like us, and you should come see them, as opposed to just kind of throwing it at the wall and doing whatever you think is going to make you popular, because it won't work, and you'll be miserable. You'll be miserable the whole time. I know for me, I got away from it, and this is actually part of the talk today. I got away from it because I got away from weird indie games. I really enjoyed the weird indie game thing, but as I started to kind of panic about my numbers are too low, numbers are too not growing, and blah blah blah, I started to think, okay, what game should I play, and what'll make me popular, and what'll help out, and what do people want to watch, and et cetera, and I started to kind of freak out about it. And what I noticed when it comes to the content creators I look up to, the ones that are really good at what they do, they're just consistent in the game that they're playing, consistent in their the style that they do it with, and it doesn't matter what they do, because it's always them. And I always found that I was bouncing all over the wall when it came to the games, and I wasn't enjoying some of them. And so if it needs to be something that you connect to, So if you guys want to ask one more question, go ahead. But other than that, we can start the little talk. I'll load it up. In the meantime, you guys can let me know what you want. All right, we're gonna fix this. There we go. Where's the center? That's the center of my screen. Okay, and so this needs to go that way. That way, if I fix it, it won't be a problem anymore, right? And I don't have to worry about it. That's how computers work. Your brain is tired? Oh, you poor thing. That's okay. Have a rest. I promise there won't be any intellectual stimulation whatsoever. Hey, Carol Ann, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Why didn't I hear a ding? I was supposed to hear a ding. Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom. It's here somewhere. There's the kaboom. Okay. You need coffee? So I'm drinking Rogue Strawberry Kiwi again today, and I'm kind of bummed because it's my last package. When I ordered the new cup, like, because they designed new cups, and I thought they were awesome. They got like the clear hearts and whatnot. I'm like, I gotta get one, and along with it, I got like 5 free, or 5, free for me, because they were points packages, little packages of strawberry kiwi, and that was my last one. And now I'm all out, and I'm like really bummed that I don't have any more. So I'm gonna have to enjoy this one. Okay, let's Tell you what, I'm gonna pray real quick.
We have a long way.
Quiet. And then we're gonna jump into the talk. I'm gonna switch over to some jazz. Okay. Let me pray, and we'll get going. God, thank you. We dedicate the stream to you. Thank you for the day. Thank you for the beauty of creation, and for the people that we know, the friends that we have, those who give us grace, for the content creators out there that are working so hard to serve others, for those who are just starting out and those who've been going for a long time, the ones we look up to and the ones who look towards us for inspiration. I thank you for this community. I pray that as I try to help with this talk, that you'd honor yourself, glorify yourself, and it would be meaningful, helpful, purposeful, and that whoever shows up in the stream would be shown love in a good community. Amen. Okay. Talk start. Oop. So today the plan, what I wanted to do was kind of show you where the free games are. I know that one of the big struggles that some content creators have is that they end up looking for, they're like, what do I play? You know, how am I going to play? And they look at the games, and Game Pass is nice and all that stuff. But at the same time, it's like, what am I going to play? And it's $80 and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Also, the gaming environment is so saturated by the same, I don't know, 10 games. Everybody goes and plays, you know, Destiny. Everybody goes plays Minecraft. Everybody goes, jumps on the, you know, Claire Obscure 33 bandwagon. Everybody goes, you know, the Black Myth Wukong. Okay, where do I find these? How do I do it? I'm going to take a different direction on this and kind of say, there are other games out there that as wonderful as those other games are, and I'm not saying don't play them, and they can be really, really good and they can be helpful. But if you're looking for games that are going to be kind of heart-wrenching or really weird, interesting experiences, things that you're going to be able to put together, something really different, maybe even grab a niche that is going to look different on YouTube or look different in shorts, then there are places you can go to find games that are pretty good, that can be AA, even AAA, but indie darlings, all kinds of stuff that ends up being far more interesting to stream, to make videos about, to make shorts about, to write reviews of. And so I've got 5 different sites that I want to show you that I go to for these games, and kind of show you how they work. So feel free to interrupt along the way, and I'll let you know, kind of from my perspective, what I've done, how I've been enjoying it, and what the systems are. So the first one it's really good. It's Keymailer. If you don't know what Keymailer is, it is a fantastic, really, really good. I'm going to mute the site here. A really good site that a lot of different game publishers use to be able to promote their games. And it is a vast swath of opportunities for gaming and for everything. And not just games, but really software of all kinds. Hello, Farrick. If you look here, so we're going to start, you never heard of this site. Okay, so this is a good start. So if you're a content creator, and this is a great place to start off, you go in, you create your account, you tell them what kind of games you like, you tell them what platforms you have, you tell them where your stuff is, you know, like if you have a review site that you do, you know, like, or that you blog on or something, what your social, you tell them the whole 9 yards, right? And then they actually use that to create a profile for you that allows you to see games that are good for your size, or games that, you know, are within your interest, and then they'll send you emails, and you might like these ones. Yo, DJ. For me, whenever I'm always amazed at how many there are and how expensive they are. So if you go to, say, like for me, top picks for me are gonna, you know, if I click on any of them, it'll give me the basic overview of what the game is. It'll give me usually there's some GIFs that you can kind of see what's going on. Often there's a video that you can watch within there. And then you can choose over here. I'd like to, if it's not available yet, you know, follow. If it is available, we'll go find one that is available. like say this one, you can request it, right? And so therefore, if you hit the request button, it will, what platform do you want it on? What are you going to create? You know, it on like Twitch, you're going to do YouTube, you're going to do because I'm on TikTok as well. And how for sure are you going to be making content? Because if you're like, I will definitely make content on Twitch and please send me a Steam platform, you're much more likely to get it. So, but if it's like, I don't know, I'm thinking about it, they might still send it to you, right? They might still send it to you, but the more that you engage and the more honest you are with these sites, the more likely they are to work with you. So if you say yes and you want to do it 100%, put it into your schedule, make sure you do it, and then come back and report that you did it. And then that way they know that you're serious, right? They know that you're serious about it. If you're completely stacked, like you get to the end and like I got one today that or I guess it was a few days ago, and it was like I thought about playing it. I said yes, and I'm like, man, I can't fit that in. I just went and I said no. You know, I'm stacked right now. I can't fit it in, or that's not my kind of game. Sometimes they'll shoot me a game, and it'll be a horror game. I don't play horror, so I just like I can't play that. It's not my kind of game, and they've never penalized me. It's never been a big deal. You go to the keys section, and it can be pretty crazy. Like so that this is what they I think it was Meganaut. See if this is the right one. Yeah, they sent me this. This is exactly what it was. It's pure horror, scary as flip. And I'm like, no, I will not be doing that. So I declined it, and it was really not that big a deal. I've done many games through them, and they've always a good experience when it comes to my time with Keymailer. They've never been a problem. They've never climbed up my butt about anything. They're always nice. And the occasionally the game has been a dud, but more often than not it's I try to pick ones that I know I'm gonna like. So you just go on here and you look through and you find yourself some games, you know, like, so there are AAA games like Doom: The Dark Ages is on here, right? If I wanted to play Doom, I probably could. So it'll go through and it'll say often what your sometimes it'll tell you what the minimum requirement is, as in like what you need to have in order for it to be on your channel. Like you got to have 30 viewers as an average, or you got to have like so many followers or so many subscribers, or otherwise you're not allowed to do that. And when you plug in all your information into the portal, it'll be able to tell you whether or not you can or not. And then you just hit request. Maybe you get it, maybe you don't. But I find that if you go through and you look for all the different keys, where are we at? No, browse. And you just kind of go, okay, which ones do I like? You request, and you'll get some of them. I don't recommend you request a whole bunch, because if you are found out to be, this is my guess, so I don't know if this is true because I've never done it, but if you keep wanting them and then keep rejecting them and keep wanting them and then rejecting them, you're going to be a waste of time, because these producers, like the game producers, they have to go on and they have to approve stuff and they have to get in there, and it's like it's work for them, and so you end up becoming more of a liability. So really take it seriously which ones you want. But there's 1,000, a million billion different games of all kinds. Some of it you'll never heard of, some of it you'll never hear of, some of it is AAA, some of it is AA, some of it's so much of it is horror. Some really cool indie stuff, things you'd never know otherwise, and it's worth a look. The second one is Lurk It. Lurk It is very similar, but a bit more automatic. So what it does is it really does chart your stuff. Yeah, this is what I was talking about before, where I got really bummed out because my concurrent viewers have dropped by like 45%, and it drives me crazy. And it's because life, it's because a bunch of reasons, because all kinds of things. And this one really does chart by your views on what you can do. So if you go to the keys, and you want, say, I don't know, let's find a good one. Let's do Lies of P, right? I guess Clair Obscure. So Clair Obscure. That's a game that I would love to play. I think I'd really enjoy it. It's a story game. It's got an easy mode, so I'm good. But it will literally say that you need to have a certain amount of viewers in order for them to send it to you. It won't let you unless you meet the requirements. I think the requirements for this one are 25 average. So like 3 months ago, I could have requested it, but because things have tanked and my heart hurts because of it, it's I can't request it. So my job is to figure that out and try to grow and et cetera, et cetera. But there's lots and lots, right? So if you go there and you only show the campaigns you're available for, right? Then all of a sudden it'll remove some of them. Wait, why didn't it do that? Oh, because I have to search. That's why. Yeah. These are just for the popular ones. So keys, popular. There we go. So there's a whole bunch, and there's lots and lots, and some of them are pretty crazy. Like we're on Thursday we're playing Steel Seed. So on Thursday I looked at this one and I'm like, oh, that's pretty rad. It's got a good story. It's robot-y, cyber, so it fits kind of the things that I enjoy doing. When I was watching the trailer, it had like a really good voiceover. It seemed to have a kind of a story about see if it says here anyway, but it has a story that about whether or not you can fit into society and whatnot. And I'm like, that's cool. Very near Automata. So I requested it. I'm like, okay, sure, give me, boop, and I will request it. I'll play it on Thursday. They do have embargoes, so the embargo is really important. You screw that up and you're in real big trouble. The embargo is basically the date that you're not allowed to stream it before, or not allowed to play it before, not allowed to release your content before. And sometimes they are a month in advance, sometimes a couple weeks in advance. Often I've found that most of them are already passed. Like this embargo was on April 21st. So it's well past, and I'm playing it today, and it was not that big a deal. It's worth trying. I do suggest that you spend a little time. So what I do usually is I sign up for the mail. I go and I wait for it to show up, and then I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I just give a little scan. Is there anything here that I'd like? I know that Samus is really enjoying Blueprints right now. So theoretically, I could play it too, because the requirements are, they don't have any minimum requirements. So that's good. I could request it, boop, and then I could play it. If they said yes. So they would send it to me, and then I make content. Once you do make content, you get to submit your content. So when I went here, I'll see if I can, maybe I can do it. Heading out. Okay, submit content. Okay, I don't know why this wasn't on, but I totally did it. So what it'll do is it will go through your videos, go through your YouTube, go through your all the things that you've linked, and it will find your stuff. Must be because it's too old. I did review this one, and I thought I clicked it in. Maybe I screwed that up. All right. So if I do active, I don't want to submit content just yet, but I will show you how it works. Please come. You have to stream special instructions. Okay, that's the where you get the extra information. Oh, if I hit next, then I can add content. Okay, so that's what I'll do in the other one. That's what I messed up. So ended. Okay, submit content. Next. So it'll go through. There you go. See, and I was looking through all of my. Yo, thank you. So I was looking through all of my content, like everything I've played. And I did this game about 1,000 years ago. There's no way it's going to be on here. I don't even think it's still on my dashboard. Let's go to video. Is it still there? All videos, create date, descending. No, let's go with no length. No. Yeah, it's not going to be there. No way. Nope. No chance. Because we had to delete a whole bunch, right? Like we had to wipe a whole bunch of the games out because it was because of that new system that they were doing. You know, the one where they're removing all your highlights because they're just not giving you enough room anymore. Yeah, it's gone. Which is a bummer because I actually did do it. Which game is it? Heading Out. It's called Heading Out. And it was it's actually a great game. I really, really highly recommend it. It's worth playing. It's worth trying anyway. Because I've had I actually kept coming back to it. Some of these games you play once and you're like, that was kind of interesting, and you never come back to. But some of them are absolutely stellar. Yeah, it's not going to be on there. I'm all the way back in January though, so I don't know why it's able to find so much that I've done. Animal Well. I'm kind of curious how far back we're going to go. Because Heading Out was not that long ago. There it is. Right there. Boop. Boop. I did it. Next. My content. Yay. I thought I did that. But I did complete it. Teardown I did do, but that game made me actually ill. Really ill. Yay, hey Zach, good to see you, man. Okay, so that's Lurk It. It's worth looking at. It's worth signing up for. They don't have as many keys as Keymailer. Keymailer seems to be the big boy in this free games thing. Lurk It though is a little bit smaller maybe, but they do have different games. They're not always the same games. So it's worth doing Keymailer and it's worth doing Lurk It. There's another one called G Round, I think. G Round free game codes. No. It is called G Round though. That is not a great way for them to do it. Because now it just looks like ground. G Round, there you go. G.round. See if I can find their website. G Round website, there you go. So G Round, which I didn't plan on doing, it's another one, just like Keymailer or just like Lurk It. You're not first, you're last. What's your email and verification? Yeah, I know, right? I don't think it's gonna show up. But anyway, so it is a bit more closed. The reason I don't do G Round and I haven't been there for a while is because when I first started, they were very new, and they were really struggling with like, what are we gonna put out and how do we have games and what does our system look like? And it was broken. I'm sure it's much better now. But because Keymailer has so many and Lurk It has so many, I don't even look on G Round anymore. But hey, maybe they're a lot better. And if you can't get any off of the other two, maybe try that one. Yeah, there's a ton of games. Next is the itch.io featured games feed. It is worth looking at. I'll give you Keymailer and Lurk It are the two. Keymailer and Lurk It. Lurkit. Some of the games are kind of yucky. Some of the games are, like can be hentai and stuff like that. It's all mixed up, but some of the games are children's games, some are mobile games, some are like gotcha games. They have all the games, right? It's worth it. You can filter all that stuff though. So the itch.io featured games feed is worth looking at sometimes. It'll have everything, like everything. And if you are looking for kind of a weird game, a game that is just like the ones that go viral are all from this like kind of like this Lurk It page or this itch.io page. So when you go to itch.io, there is a ton of software, but the games themselves are just like they're the indie of indies, the weirdest looking things. So if you look at these ones, like I don't know. This like it. There's some weird stuff, man. There's some really weird stuff. So here's one where you play pill roulette by taking pills and seeing what happens until you die. You know? There's just a lot. So if you are looking for something a bit weirder, a bit more off kilter, something that's going to be, you know, and I played a few of them where one of my favorite games of all time came off here. It's called let's see if I can find it. Where's my search? Is there a search? Browse. Search. I don't want to select a tag. Why is office coffee so bad? Itch.io. There. This is one of my favorite games of all time. It is so weird. It is such a weird game. Here, I'll share it so you guys can be subjected to it as well. It is. We played this a while back, but it's free. You just download it, you get it, you play. It's very, very silly and a very, very weird. Worth digging through. It takes a bit more work. So like, if you ever wonder, like, how does like Markiplier or any of those other like YouTube, where do they find these games that all of a sudden go viral, like Only Up and things like that? It's usually on something like this, where they go through and they just kind of scan through, like, I want to try this one that looks interesting, and then it goes. But like I said, some of them are garbage. A lot of them are game jam games. And so if you don't know what a game jam is, it's basically they sit down and then in 24 hours or 12 hours or 72 hours, they create a game. And then, I mean, why wouldn't you just pop it up here and be like, hey, I made this in a day, which means it's not going to be polished, but sometimes it could be kind of fun. A lot of them are scary. I don't know why that scary is such a... People really like horror though, and I do not like horror. So that's another one. So yeah, Keymailer, Lurkit, and then this one is itch.io, and it's worth looking at the featured games feed. Some of it's pretty cool. I'm going to be probably going to be getting this one. This is the Twitch integrated throwing system, so that you can you can bounce stuff off your YouTuber's head, your VTuber's head, which I think is kind of fun. But it's worth looking at. What? It's called Twitch integrated throwing system. It's a perfect name for what it is. Because it is. It's a Twitch integrated throwing system. Why? Do you see something different there, Zach? I just see something that is exactly the right name. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Purple Noise Echo. I don't know what that is, but that looks kind of fun. Some of them cost a little bit of money, by the way. Some of them cost a little bit of money, but you know, maybe you get a bit more. But I'm showing you the free stuff. I know, right? I don't know what Zach's doing. I don't know what's your deal, man. Next one is Indie Games Plus. So Indie Games Plus has they review indie games. Some of them cost money. Like Tome Tube is going to cost you some bucks. But this one here, Just to Die, I think it is free. Let me see. No, it's not even out yet. So you can add to your wish list. It's kind of interesting one. It's got you're a dice, and it's like a roguelike card shooter thing. Kind of silly, kind of weird. But it's worth thinking about. It's worth taking a look at, because they're not all. Here you go. I think Cassette Boy was free. See if I can find it. Cassette Boy. Nope, that's another one. Anyway, some of them are. And some of them are demos, or maybe you even find it on here and you go to Lurk It. Cassette. Is it on here? No. But did I spell that wrong? Yeah, it's it. There you go, Cassette Boy. So I found it on here on Indie Games Plus. That's the actual website. And then I went to Keymailer, and it's on there. So Cassette Boy, and it's be released. It's not been announced. I can request it. When is it going to be out? I don't know. Sometime in 2025. But it looks interesting, so why not? Boop, request it. You never know. It's worth paying attention to if you want to try some of these different games. Again, this isn't going to work if you're not a streamer, if you're not a content creator, if you don't do Twitch or TikTok or YouTube or any of the content that does either reviews or shows stuff. Even if you have a blog, or even if you have a if you do sort of legit old school reviews like podcasts and stuff, there's a system for that. But this is really designed for streamers. So don't be looking here if you're going to be trying to find just free games, because that doesn't work. Okay. Why am I missing one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the other one? Keep me on alert at Indie Games Plus. Oh yeah, right, the Reddit one. This is your sort of not last resort, but it has a bunch. So this is a game called, or a Reddit subreddit called Free Game Findings. And what it's a lot of it's garbage. A lot of it is like just not cool stuff. But if you're looking for it, it's one more place to go. Some of it, like for example, which one was it? This one, Smurfs 2. Okay, yeah. So if you want to play Smurfs 2 and get it for free, right, you have to do some stuff. Log in here, do your whatever, get the points, and like if you jump through some hoops, and then you can get the game for free. I won't do that because I don't want to sell my information. But sometimes what's nice about this one is you can go and you can it'll actually have some people talking about it. So you can be like, is this game any good? It's all right. It's not bad. I tried it. I got it a while back. Blah, blah, blah. It's worth it if you're looking for something. And I would say that if you even once every couple weeks, or just kind of run through these things and are like, what's new on here? I'm going to request 2 or 3. What's new on here? I'll request 2 or 3. I'll go look through itch.io and see if anything sticks out. And then I'll, this one here, I just read in the morning because it's on my feed. I have an RSS feed and it just kind of comes to me, and if it looks cool, I'll think about it. And then this one is like, if if you're willing to dip your toe into the weirdness, by all means do. Because Reddit is Reddit, as you know. But yeah, is there any questions or any comments, or have you guys found any good games? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. But other than that, that's it. Do those 5 things and you will never lack for games. Oh, you know what? Let's do a couple more that just kind of come off the top of my head. And that's Prime Gaming. If you are an Amazon like Amazon Prime subscriber, there are a million billion games you can get for free. The games that I've gotten off here are, some of them are really, really, really good. Minecraft Legends was not good, but they're often very expensive, right? So Doors was fun. These are all puzzle games that I don't bother claiming because I'm never going to play them. They're mysteries and puzzle games and like violent stuff and things for smart people. So I haven't claimed them. But like Lego Star Wars, Hypnospace Outlaw, The Invisible Hand. What's another good one I got? Fashion Squad, Police Squad. When I start doing my indie games more on Thursdays, this is where I'm going to be dipping into. Like, I'm never going to pay for Fashion Police Squad, but I might play it, right? Far Away has apparently is very popular. Endling was great. Sign Mora is got an interesting little story, but it's a flight. Not a flight. What is it? One of these where you shoot sideways, right? Shooter, I guess. Yeah, so that's another one is Prime. I don't know why people don't get this. If I show you my launcher, because I've been doing this for a few years, like, look how many games I have. If I go to my all games, this is games that I've never paid a dime for, and that I've been collecting over the last, 2 years? Like, all free. Didn't pay for any of them. And some of them are really, really good. Boomerang Foos is a blast. Tengam is a blast. What else we have? Batman Telltale, that was a big one. I really liked that one. Planet Alpha was the first game that really introduced me to how beautiful a game could be. Candleman, it actually ended up on my shirt. We had such an impact with Candleman. I actually made, it part of my merch. So yeah, it's there's a lot of really good stuff on here. And Sunshine picked out the last one, and that is Epic Games. And that is, they always have something free, right? They always have something free. Every Thursday at 11 a.m. my time, they have some free game that pops in, one or two sometimes. Sometimes it's DLC for another game. Sometimes it's an indie. Sometimes it's really expensive. Like if I go through my Epic Games list, I don't think I've given them any money. I don't think I've ever given Epic a dime, because I haven't needed to. And I'll show you what kind of games I have on that list for being all free. What happening? I want to go to my library. All right, so I've gotten, make sure that I reset my filter. There you go. This is how many free games I've gotten. Thanks for the help, Epic. What are you doing? I hate Epic Launcher so much. It's so stupid. It just drives me crazy. I don't know why they even try. Why do you have it? But yeah, I've gotten like a million and some of them really expensive games on here. Yeah, GOG has some really good stuff. I got there's a few that I want to play. Like I got Shredder's Revenge on here, right? That was a big one. There's another one that I really wanted to play. I wanted to play Eternites. That looked really cool. But there was another Rotato. I played that with my daughter the other day. And again, you don't have to review any of these. You don't have to do anything with them. They just come free. Sifu. That's the other one. I wanted to play Sifu, right? But it's expensive and it's a hard game. But they gave it to me for free, and it's like worth $80 or something. Worth it. So you never have an excuse not to have a game. I don't know. That's sort of the moral of the story here. Try hunting the predator. And the thing is, I can, and it's not going to cost me anything. That Claire Obscure game, that was a great example of a game that if you look on Steam, it is, I think 60. How much is it on Steam? Claire Obscure. It's $65, right? So I can't do that. $65 is a lot. And so therefore, what can I do? Well, I can go to this one and I can like go to Keymailer and I can see if they have it, and I can ask for it. Or is it Lurkit that had it? Anyway, you know what I mean. Or I can do the Game Pass. And that's another one that apparently people are doing. Game Pass is people. I haven't bought it yet because I can't find any games I like. It's not worth like $10 a month. Like I have a lot of them because they got them from free. And other than Claire Obscure, there really hasn't been much. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, this game is fun.
Congratulations, Sunshine.
Oh no, I don't have the. I have the
You're
first one.
person to enter the chat and have been first 1 time.
Hello, Sunshine. Yeah, I have the first one of these, not the second one. That's the sequel. But anyway, my point is that I haven't been able to find anything I actually want to play that's worth giving them $10 for. Claire Obscure would have been the only one, but you know what? I can go without it. Yeah, ooh-ja. That sounds about right. You beat it last night. What, Claire Obscure? Did you really? Well, Xbox is, it's also PC Game Pass, right? It's not just Xbox, but PC games too. You can get it on PC. Oh, you beat Revenge of the Savage Planet. Did you really? Oh, wow. It was short then. It must have been short. Anyway, that's it. That's that. Do be careful with Keymailer. My husband got swindled recently. They sold a Steam account with the game, but it was purchased in another country, and Steam caught that and locked it from transfer. Oh wow, I've never had a bad experience. I don't know what happened there. That's wild. No, they do have that. Keymailer does sometimes give you Game Pass as for free. It has happened. Yeah, there you go. PC Game Pass, right? You can sign up for it and try it and stuff. It can't do it now, but you could have. Yeah. Playing Modern Warfare for an hour, typing random comments. I guess that's one way to do it, Conroy. Okay, that's it. That's what I wanted to show you. Those five. Those five. So what do you guys play? What are you guys doing? I wanted to do that because it's been on my mind for a while to share it with you guys. I want to make sure that everybody has access, because it's I guess, and to remember that it doesn't really matter what you play as a content creator. What matters is whether or not you enjoy it. And so if you're playing Fortnite but not liking it, or you're playing Dark Souls and not liking it, or you're playing something else and you're like, this is what's supposed to be popular, I'm supposed to grow with this, whatever, I'm just not liking it, and you're making yourself do it and you're getting frustrated, you don't have to. There are, like, I probably have 600 games and I have not paid for more than 5% of them, right? What matters is that you like it, that you're interested in it, that it's an experience that you guys can have together, even if it is hard or whatever. But you can do it. It's more important that you like it, or that it's something that you guys can do as a group with your viewers, than it is for you to actually be, the popular one. Not that doing the popular one can sometimes help, but there's going to be a ton of competition, and just making your own way. Thanks, Conroy. That's just confusing me. I think liking it matters more, but what you play, it does matter some. But at the same time, if they'll come and watch you, not the game. There's 5,000 people playing Fortnite, or 5 million people playing Fortnite. Why should they watch you? Well, because you bring something different to the table, So if you want to bring something different, there's lots of options. Picking a game with a large audience matters. I don't know. If you're looking at a large channel, I disagree. If you look at Markiplier, and you look at, I can't remember any of the other names. That's the only one I can think of. A lot of the games he's played and that he grew on, like Jacksepticeye, were not popular games. Some of them were flash games. They were just interesting. Don't worry about it, Conroy. It's all good. A little disappointed when I saw that Blueprints was popular. I'm really glad a good game is getting traction. Yeah, every now and again, it's really crazy that something that seems off to the side will get picked up. Once you're big, I think you have more flexibility. It just seems pretty hard for people to have a discoverability with real obscure stuff. Yes, real obscure. You're right. But I would also, you know what? I'll push back a little bit and say it depends on who you're trying to attract, and depends on what you're trying to grow. If it's the standard secular model of I want to have numbers bigger, yeah, you're probably right. Right? You're probably right. But if it is the Christian model of I want to gather a group of like-minded people that are interested in stuff I'm interested in, and that I can communicate with in a unique way because we share something, right? Then yeah, that is then you can build it on that. Like, there are dudes who are building it on retro games that nobody plays anymore. There are people playing on like card games or just big communities of people who play weird indies. It depends on who you're trying to connect to. That's the pushback I give. I agree with you in principle, but I would also say depending on what you're trying to do. Because if you are trying to pursue numbers exclusively, sure, play that game, but play whatever's popular and do whatever. But if you're trying to build a community, you can do that around pretty much anything. as long as the community that you're trying to attract and the community that you're trying to build, you're one of them, and it's interesting to you. I don't think people can make comparison to those people anymore. They existed at a time when they were big fish in a small pond. It's an ocean now, and the algorithm and whatnot, and things that are very geared towards professional, popular, and all the rest of that stuff. And yeah, there are more and more people that are kind of coming out and being a little bit different. And they're trying to fix the algorithm to not only be the same 12 people recommended all the time. But I would say that if you're on Twitch, that doesn't really, and if you are part of, say, Fortnite, there are going to be thousands of people above you, and they're never going to scroll down and find you. And when it comes to discovery on YouTube, right, or on TikTok, you need to do something unique, special, funny, interesting, informational, something to set you apart. Otherwise, they're going to get scanned past. But I think if you find that niche of people that you care about, then yeah. Are you doing a regular D&D podcast show thing? So not with Taco, but on the third Thursday of every month on my channel, I have people, and 2 of them are on the Taco team, and we do a D&D campaign. Yeah, 2 days from today. Yeah, exactly. I know, right? It came up. I don't know why Thursdays keep coming so fast. Like, why is there so many Thursdays? Why is this the first of Thursday again? Honestly, it's so fast. Anyway, yes, this Thursday we'll be doing another D&D campaign thing. And it's called the Lost Brew of Roast Alien, and it's all coffee themed, which is pretty fun. I know, but it did that last month too, which I don't think is fair. Anyway, I'm gonna sit down. The plan today is to chat, have a little talk about games and about free ones and how to stream them and whatnot, content creator stuff. Then we're gonna jump into the Discord, and my plan anyway is to get onto the XtianNinja SMP and do a special project on there where we build a chapel, because I've got an idea, I've got a plan, I've got a thought that wouldn't it be fun if the devos on Monday were in the server, right, where you just kind of in Minecraft land. I think that might be fun. And for that, we will need somewhere to do it, which means we need to build a server, and we may as well build it as a community if you want to join us. One of the partners for NCMS is a D&D product shop owned by a Christian who I was just talking to. They're interested in finding partners. Christian streamers doing D&D stuff. Yeah, we signed up for a 6-month campaign, right? So our DM planned a 6-month campaign. But after 6 months, we're going to reevaluate and kind of where are we at, and are we enjoying it? Do you want to keep going and whatnot? By all means, we're going to, if they still want to go, we're going to keep going and see if we can keep doing it on the third Thursday. Because I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying my character. I'm enjoying the story. I think it's a blast. So yeah, right now I'm sponsored by, if you look at, that's not right. If you look at this link, it's this is Dragon Rose Coffee, and they're a sponsor of the channel. And what they do is they have like really, really nerdy coffees, like Necromancer, Druid, Paladin, Monk, Barbarian, Rogue. And it's that's kind of their thing, and I love their vibe. I love they're super small, like only 2 people, and so I was connecting with them and kind of like, yeah, let's do a D&D thing. And so that ends in 2 months. That plan, not the connection, but like the 6 month worth of D&D campaign things. If you want to explore synergistic sponsorship with a dice shop who could also partner the campaign, Ember Glow could be fun to talk to, unless the coffee folks prefer to be the only sponsor. They I'm sure that they would love that. And I am a goblin now. Did I show you my newest dice set? It looks so cool. Well, let me see if I can find it. So I have gone full goblin mode at this point. I'm buying dice sets just because I found them on sale and I like them. These ones look so cool. They have a dragon on them, right? Like, so that is, where do you see it? On the D4, right? It's got like this really cool little dragon pattern. I'll show you the ones I like the best. These are my favorite. They are copper and they weigh a zillion pounds. Like, it's so heavy, but it's got this really cool like gemstone thing going through it. It's actual metal. Like, it's wild how cool this one is. Very, very cool. I'll show you one more. Yeah, these ones. So these ones they're liquid core. So if I take it off and I shake it, you'll see it. Hold on. Shake. It like sparkles. Isn't that rad? I love that. Clear and green effect. Oh, some of them are really, really pretty. So I used to make dice. Like these here, like I used to make dice. This one here, I made with my own two little hands, and it's I think it looks really rad. I used to sell them. I had a dice shop that I used to sell, but I had to give it up because it's so much work, and I had to end for stream. I have a D2. This one looked cool. It's got a what are those called? Celtic knot or something like that, and it's still called all Christmassy or wintry, I suppose. I mean, I was doing D6s because I thought the Warhammer people might like D6s, but anyway, yeah, I love dice. If you can connect me with the dice people, I would be a million super happy, man. I freaking love dice. I'm such a goblin. At night, like the other night, I went to Etsy and I sorted. I'm like sorted by no higher than $25, free shipping, on sale. Like, is there anything on there that's just I don't have to pay a bunch for and looks pretty? And I found one, and it cost $20, and they're sending it to my house, and I'm like, did I need it? No. Was it cool looking? Yes. Did it make me feel a little better? Yes, it did. I appreciate that. Thanks, Saint Bear. They're just, I think there's something sort of, I don't know what the word is. Like, it's deeper than just dice are cool or the numbers are cool. It's like it's a little piece of art. And if you're a nerd and like you're kind of like number based and like shapes and whatnot, they're so cool. I am now. I wasn't before. So I only started playing D&D like maybe a year ago. My daughter started taking me through a campaign, and then I had another campaign before. I guess before that it wasn't D&D. It was Crisis. Not Crisis. Whatever the other one's called. Is doing a different system, but it's been very recent. But as soon as I got that first dice, it's like something opened inside of me. Like it awakened to something inside of me where I'm like, there's not enough dice in the world. I need to have them all. Like this one's here, cool. Look at this bad boy. So I used to actually have a 3D printing shop too. So Al's 3D printer was something I had on Etsy, and I used to make really cool looking dice towers and all kinds of really neat little things, and I'd sell them, and people really liked them. I made a lot of money. I was getting very popular. But again, in order to do this ministry, I had to stop doing that. But I still have a couple. And my liquid core giant D20. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. I love them. Some people collect shot glasses. Some people collect mugs. Some people collect sneakers. Just little collectible forms of neat art. I think that's it. It's collectible, neat art. Definitely. Yeah. It's art. It's not just functional. It's okay for them to sit on a shelf, and they will. You can only roll so many, unless you're playing Warhammer, in which case you can roll all of them. Remember the dice towers from when you first ran into you here? Yeah, I had a bunch. I sent one to Quiz at one point. I don't even know if I have any more. Like, I've cleared out a lot of stuff from my room. What's up, Zach? The good Zach. Hello, the good Zach. How you doing? I want to play D&D, but can't find people to play, so I don't know how to play. It's not easy. I would say, like, if anybody says that Dungeons and Dragons is easy to pick up, I would say it's not. It all depends on the group that you're with, right? It all depends on the group that you're with. And if you could have a patient DM, and you could have a group of people that is willing to take you through and, whatnot, I think you can learn, really, really fairly quickly, and they set you up. They don't I was dumb. Like, one of my first characters I picked is an alchemist, and that's like really complicated. But if they're like, here, play a barbarian, they're easy. You punch things and you it's not a big deal, and it's fairly straightforward. And then you can kind of learn the system. It wouldn't be too long before you felt comfortable to build your own character and have more fun. But yeah, it's gonna all come down to the right friends and a good DM. Liquid filled ones look like something you'd win gold-plated Latinum on Deep Space Nine. Those are controversial, actually, because the question is, are they fair, right? Because technically the glitter is heavier than the liquid, because it settles. You have to shake it. So some people get your nose bent out of shape, because theoretically you could have the glitter sitting in one spot, like you could have it sitting 20 up, and then the heavy glitter, and then without shaking it, you pour it. Theoretically, it's a little bit weighted towards landing 20 up, theoretically. But meh. I don't think it's that big a deal, and I don't have that kind of luck anyway. A DM that has philosophy of guiding a story as opposed to DM versus players, or DM versus players, or is there another Zach? No, there's no other Zach. We don't talk about him. He's pay no attention to any Zachs that are in the chat, other than the good Zach, which is Zachman85. Or not just DM versus players, but there's one that is you have to do everything perfectly right, as in everything has to be by the book, and you got to do it by the book, and I think that makes it a little bit more difficult. Or the other side, there are no rules. We're doing whatever we want. Everything is home bake, and it's just it can be off the wall. I think the ones who are willing to do a story, but then at the same time give you a sandbox to play in with a little bit of flexibility, I think that's probably the best, in my humble experience. My son plays a barbarian. It's just how he likes to play. I'm not a support character, and so therefore me picking an alchemist was probably not the greatest idea, but I'm learning to play a support character and kind of step back so other people can do things. It's not easy. It's because if the DM is very combat based, it gets pretty boring pretty fast. Like, if every time you turn a corner, it's like, and now you're in combat, roll initiative, and you just sit there, roll, I use my this, I use my that, and use my that, done. And then you turn another corner, roll initiative. It gets really dull because you're not there to, I don't know. I don't think it's the fun part is just sitting there rolling and saying what weapon you're going to use. I think the fun part is talking and chatting with each other and finding out where to go, and solving puzzles and discovering the world. Yeah, I'm very not a support character. I try to be. Yeah, I chose it because I wanted my character to be coffee oriented, and so he's a barista, and so therefore barista alchemy, that kind of goes together. As an alchemist, you can allow child to be closer to their pet than ever before. worst joke in the world. Okay, we immediately ban Shadow from Twitch for life. That's terrible. You're a terrible person. You should feel bad. That's awful. we don't want to talk about that. Yeah, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. I want one sink to display on a wall so everyone can see me perish in style from a failing saving roll. That's one of the cool things about playing through D&D Beyond is you is his name not Hughes? I don't remember his name. Dr. something. He on the side it's got a roll like that keeps track of all the rolls and what's happening in the game. It's actually pretty cool because then you kind of you immediately get to see what everybody was doing. It's nice and easier. Once you get your brain wrapped around the system, it's so much easier to play using D&D Beyond than like on paper, because when it's like I want to do this thing instead of okay, what is it? Well, it's you're this number plus this number minus this number, and then roll. It's just you click the button, and then it figures out the math all by itself. It's a lot quicker. But there's something to be said about having paper. Paper's cool. Good news, by the way. In stream news, the person who designed the clock contacted me today and is like, I'm working on the clock. I'm gonna get that clock going and working better. So theoretically, very soon, we will have a clock that does cool stuff. I have like, it's gone now. I moved my desk, moved my shelf, but like I've got some papers that I've done with D&D, and it's fun. I don't know. Our military time? Well, probably because he was a military guy, I guess. He was in the military for a while, so that could be why. It's his clock, not mine. Yeah, I'm gonna sit down. Again, any question, always an AMA, content creator, life or otherwise. I'm gonna sit down. You guys think of something, and if not, the plan is at is at 2:00, give or take. The plan is to jump into the Discord, and anybody who wants to build, you can play whatever you want. We'll chat about content creator stuff, and I'll just kind of tool around and try to figure out building that chapel. The clock isn't cool. It is cool. It's cooler than when it works. It's cool because when it works, okay? It's got all kinds of things it does that it doesn't do anymore. Don't judge it yet. Judge it later when it works better. Okay. This is normally when I launch a game, but it's not game time. It's time for chatting, and then time for going to Discord. And I'm trying to follow the plan because it's hard for me. I try to be accommodating to the point where I ruin the plan. So I'm trying not to do that. Game time sign. I mean, it is on. You're right. Hard to not do that. But once the conversation peters out, we're going to jump into the Discord, and then we're gonna. If you guys want to play, if you're on the server and you want to play, you can. If you want to play your own thing and just chat, that's cool. That clock isn't cool. Oh, it will be. It's way cooler. It'll be way cooler once they fix it. But Little Mo, no, you can't come onto the server yet. The server is for people who have been on the channel for a long time that I know or have been vouched for by others because of the bad experiences that I've had with people who come in that seem nice and then wreck stuff. So I have a certain vision for the SMP, and that is that we build and have fun together. And it's not for redstone monstrosities. It's not for running around. It's not for PvP. It's not for, making a build here and there and leaving big holes and la, isn't it funny to grief? So the only people that are allowed on there are people who get it and are mature enough and willing to have fun, play by the rules. So stick around, be part of the group for a little while, show up to streams, be on the Discord, come, get to know me and let me get to know you. And then we'll talk about being on the server. Unplay edit my friend's podcast that takes too long because his guests are long-winded pastors. Bro. Yeah. Grief consists of good grief. Only good grief. Yeah. Yeah. So I did that talk yesterday, right? Like they came in to record my little biography, and I probably talked for an hour, maybe on well, maybe 45 minutes, give or take. And they're gonna probably cut it down to like 10 minutes. I'm so looking forward to seeing what they riddle out from all the stuff that I talked about, man. I don't know who Code Rifle is, so that won't work. You got to be an insider, man. Just the lesson I've learned about SMPs. Only let people on who get it and that you know. Only let people on that get it and that you know. That's my mission. Do I get it? I mean, I'd let Sunshine on. There's 1 year old outside my door and Rascal is hissing. Sometimes I have to let the cool air in. Well, yeah, is Rascal your cat? And he doesn't like the baby? That's a bummer. No, I don't know Code Rifle. I don't know who that is. You're in our Discord and creator role, so just keep hanging out for a while. You'll get there. Yep. And remember, it's an XN SMP, Christian Ninja SMP. It's not Taco. It's Christian Ninja, and so therefore I have to know you. It's not a matter of you're known by the community. I need to know who you are. He's an awesome testimony. Makes me cry. Is he? Should I follow him? Should I find him? Where the heck? Who's he? Is that his actual name? Code Rifle. About. Is this him? Do you know me? Do I get it? Yes, I know you and you get it. I don't make it over there too often, but I have sometimes. Is that him? All I do is dig straight holes in Minecraft, so you don't want me on there. Like having a chipmunk in your server. So my son, Wholesome Owl, go look at what he's doing. He talk about drilling a hole. He took like, I had to be like 6x6 chunk, right? 6 chunks by 6 chunks. So 6 times 30, whatever, 16. And has a hole that big and is going straight down to bedrock. That's his plan. He's digging a big hole. Really, really big hole. So yeah, it's apparently the miners are welcome. That's him. Okay, I will hit follow. Boop. Consider him followed. I'm gonna put on my headphone. What an owl hole. Okay. So I was torn whether or not I play on here or I play like I start the Minecraft on here and then we jump into the Discord, or if I skip the Discord or whatever. But what I'm trying to do is trying to stick with the plan, and the plan was to kind of spend time on Discord on Tuesdays. And so if you guys want to, that's cool. I'll tell you what, I'll do what I did last week, and I will ask the question in a poll who wants to come over. We'll see how that goes. And if nobody comes over, there's a no, then I won't go. But if it's a yes, then by all means. Yes, there's Zachman85, and then there's the other Zach, the lesser Zach. Okay, and this is gonna be a 1 minute poll. 1 minute poll. So I'm gonna hit go, and you have 1 minute. So if you're listening, this is the time. to vote. Ready, set, go. Can I invite you to a realm of mine? No. I mean, it's not a no. I won't play. It's just I don't have time to play anywhere else. I barely have time to play games that I'm supposed to play and do the homework for, let alone anywhere else. It's impossible. It's impossible. I want to play D2 with folks, and they're like, when are you going to play? And I'm like, during stream, that's it. What do you do on Discord? I would go there. I would load up Minecraft, and then we'd chat and talk about content creator stuff or life stuff or anything. Wow, sweet realm of mine. So it's up to you. So then, yeah, I would stop streaming, and I would close the stream, and I would go to Discord, and then we would just only chat there because it's a bit more private, a little bit more intimate, a little bit more conversational. But otherwise, I'd just stay here. All right. So I'm gonna shut her down, and then we will we'll head over to the Discord. So come on over, and we'll do that. I'm gonna rate out, and then that way whoever wants to stay here can stay here and can go hang out with whomever. But other than that, I will meet you in the Discord in a few minutes. Let's see who's on so that we can rate out to them. Yeah, I don't know. There's too many people. How about Catherine Naomi? She's great, and she's having a chat with a dog of some kind. So there you go. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you. Come on over to the Discord. Church Digital's on. I guess I can stop this one. That Church Digital, where are they? Wow, hold on. Okay, let's read there. Sounds good. Did we leave? Did I do it? You're already raiding the Church Digital. I'm confused. Why won't you raid? Oh, because I'm raiding Catherine Naomi. That'd be why. I'll never go to the taco one now. I don't even use mine anymore. The Church Digital. Oop. Sure, why not? There's a guy who collects shoes. Okay, we were just talking about this. He's interviewing a guy who's got a zillion shoes. So when you look at him, that's what my back's gonna look like when it comes to hats. Or hats, dice. Just look at flat cap, and I'm like, look at all his hats. Yeah, so dice. Okay, cool. See you guys on the Discord real soon.